Hey guys, Zillion Frogs back again with another video review, and today we're going to take a look at my bioformers, or any liquid creation for that matter. If you guys can probably tell, I am a huge fan of Transformers. That's where I got the entire idea of making bioformers. Of course, I wasn't the only one, but it's what I wanted to do. So yeah, you can tell I am a big fan of Transformers. Those are definitely not all of them. A lot of them are in storage right now. But yeah, I've always been an avid collector of them. And today, I wanted to share with you my recent purchase, and actually part of the new line of Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Wheeljack. So yeah, Wheeljack is, I don't know, I'm just gonna say this flat out, I love this figure. It's so good. But okay, enough getting on. Wheeljack, his original alt mode in 1904 was if I can get this right, a Lancia Stratos. It was one of the vehicles that they made. It was mostly for racing, and yeah, they kind of incorporated some designs of the car into this, which of course it's not licensed by or can be a replica of the car, because well, they don't have the rights to it. So they just took some design cues, kind of like this overtop spoiler, the cockpit section, especially the front. Focus on that. The front definitely looks like the car, especially with this really big bumper right here, like that. As you can tell, I did take something off of his top. This is the only weapon he comes with right here. It's supposed to sort of modeled off of his rocket launcher that he has on his shoulder, but I just think it's much smaller than it really should be, and you can just plug it into the top of the peg right there. Now, you can tell they didn't want to mess with this car mode. Like, they wanted to keep it really clean. Like, they only put the singular peg up on there, and then two right here on the back, which actually does kind of look like somewhat like taillights if you're stretching. But yeah, they didn't want to put any on the sides or front, so they just put it right on the bottom. So yeah, you got two here and then two right there, and I guess you can also count his hands, which are right there, and then his head. But yeah, we'll get to that. Now, color scheme wise, it's like Wheeljack. If you know Transformers, you know how his colors are. It's got the red and not orange, red and green stripes to it. It's a really nice color, actually. The paint is very chip resistant. The white is actually really consistent. I say the only part that's not really consistent is where this, you can see it from here, is this panel right here, which is actually what's going to be his arm, not arm, but hand. And that is black plastic painted white. So it's not going to be like a same shade of the white as all the rest of the car, but I don't think it distracts actually all that much. So yeah, so you just get a nice 360 view of it. It's a really nice looking car. I love it so much. Painted rims red like his original G1 toy, and like his original G1 toy, he does have some kind of like sponsorships right on the side, except these aren't real sponsorships, but just like nice little references. Like you can see here, let's focus, that one says Cybertron. You got Iacon right there, and got his name right there. It's all really nice. So yeah, pretty much it for vehicle mode. So let's just get to transforming this. Now, what you first want to do for the transformation is first take these arm panels and hands and kind of just lift them out from the whole body of the vehicle, like so. Next, what you can do, I'm actually gonna zoom out a little bit here. Now what you gotta do is take this entire front assembly, going from the windshield downwards, and just rotate it like that. So you can flip it around, and you can basically see that these are gonna become the legs. Now what you're gonna do is take the arms, and they are pegged right there. Lift them away from that peg, and on a double hinge, fold them out like so, away from the body. Now what I like to do is just lift up the head, which I wish you could have done like last, because it just gives a head reveal, but you have to do it kind of in this between. Now what you're gonna do is take this top and somewhat front section of the windscreen, unpeg it, and then on another double hinge, you have to rotate it up, and it will peg in right to the chest. Now what you can do is separate the legs, kind of shimmy these sections out. Now I'm gonna have to fold down the rest of the windshield, and then complete the rotation and peg it right in there. It's a little hard to kind of get it out, but once you do, just do what I told you like that. Now you can take the front of the car, peg it, and then just fold it up like that. It's going flush and has feet. Now you can take these sections of the arms, rotate it on both sides, and then rotate the fists to get your arms. You can just fold them down. Finally, you can take the spoiler and actually separate and rotate them like that to come. I don't even know what they technically are. They're just like these big silver bits. But yeah, that's basically Wheeljack in his robot mode. Now what you can do is take this square peg, if you can see it, this rectangular style peg. You can peg it on either side of these shoulders right here, or you can hold him like that, but I like to put it on his shoulder. So yeah, you just peg it in, and here we have Wheeljack in his robot mode. Now I love that transformation and this robot mode. It's, I don't know, I think it's probably one of the best Wheeljack toys that we have gotten. I would say other than the Prime and the Masterpiece, this guy's up here. Which I never owned either of them, but I plan on actually getting both of them. I just love Wheeljack as a character. So yeah, see, it looks like Wheeljack. If you know what the G1 version of Wheeljack looks like, here you go. See, the main colors, again, this kind of red and green. I mean, the red and green is much more subdued now. It's mostly on his legs and on the sides of his hands. Mostly all relegated to the back, which it does look weird coming from the back because it's basically just half the actual car mode just sitting right there. But once you look at the front, it's actually not that big of a deal. I mean, actually, you can see some sides popping up, but it doesn't restrict anything, so I'm just gonna let it be. So yeah, see, again, color scheme, white, red and green, and then now you have a few pieces of black where it's showing, kind of like in his waist assembly and his thighs, and then also his forearms and hands, which I think that helps break up the color scheme actually pretty well. Articulation wise, if you know from various War of Cybertron toys, they have actually amped up posability significantly. So like now they have, I don't know how to say, they don't have like ankle posability now, which I love so much. Now they gotta put an ankle swivel somehow, but oh well. So yeah, head has a ball joint. Shoulders are actually, I don't know, you can kind of use the double hinge, but it's really just the single one. Like that goes up. It's a rotation, up, down, rotation right above the where the elbow is, and then 90-degree bend at the elbow, and then wrist articulation, which I really do appreciate. Got some waist articulation, which, if you know from the transformation, which I saw you do have to rotate this around. This is actually not the same swivel. It's actually a secondary to see. There's the secondary swivel needed for transformation. I just popped that out. I'll just pop it back in. It's fine. But that swivel does get locked once you put it in the cockpit. So I'm actually glad they added a secondary swivel right up there. You can kick forward, back like that. Just gonna get his arms out of the way. Spread actually really good there. Knee bends 90 degrees, and then of course ankle articulation about, I would say, probably 30 degrees or so. So yeah, articulation in this guy is really good. I would say only probably a little bit one issue is probably the restriction inside the shoulders a bit. It does actually kind of, this part does kind of like block a little bit, so you can't really go back that far. And also just how clunky the feet are. Since it's basically just the entire front half of the car, it does get a little, I mean, he does have good like stance and just, I don't know, balance, because his feet are just that big. But if you are trying to pose on, they do kind of like get in the way of each other. But it's not that big of a deal. Now, okay, one flaw I do have with this figure, and it's probably just my figure. My right, oh yeah, sorry, is a swivel also right there. Forgot I mentioned that. But my right knee on this figure is extremely loose. I mean, it's not, okay, it's not extremely loose, but it's definitely looser than this one. And it can get in, I don't know, it can get nuances. As you can tell, if I hold it like that and shake it a little bit like that, you start to see this leg start to drop, where the other leg doesn't do that. It stays in place. So yeah, that's probably just my figure, but I don't know. I bet I can probably just fix it up. But yeah, that's basically Wheeljack. It's like the G1 toy, or just the character itself. It looks good. It poses well. The transformation is actually really fun, and I just love kind of Earth modes, because like it's so easy. Just like take Impactor for example. It's so easy to make kind of like a Cybertronian mode, where it'd be like you can just crunch this guy up into a ball, or like put some wheels on. It's like, oh yes, it's a Cybertronian tank. But I don't know. I just have something with Earth mode designs, and yeah, you just have to be somewhat accurate to the car itself. But yeah, that's basically it for Wheeljack. This is probably the only, unless if I get more, this is probably the only regular Transformer review I can do at the moment. I might be doing other ones, who knows, it's the future. But yeah, that's basically it. As always, I am Zillion Frogs. Ask you, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.